Hello, how's everyone doing? Are you all doing well? I hope you all are doing dandy, just dandy. Akira, hello, welcome to the stream. You see, there we go. There we go, there we go. Finally, we get to play the game. Took a long time, but we did. Okay, wait a minute. It's time to... There we go. Now we're good. Alright. After finishing a very lengthy prologue, we can finally, you know, start the game. But there is something I really want to check. Wait a minute. Not windowed. There we go. Two-handed controls. This cannot be changed. I really do not know how is it possible to stop, you know, stop the game from shutting down. Something is wrong with my Divergent Universe run. What is wrong? I mean, you can pull it off, I believe. But still, what is wrong? Okay, are we ready? Oh, man. Okay, I believe we're ready. I believe we are ready. We must be. There's no, like... We must be ready. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay, let's begin. After 6 hours of a prologue, god fucking damn. Okay. I am the bone of my sword, steel is my body and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unknown to death, nor known to life. Have withstood pain to create many weapons, yet those hands will never hold anything. So as I pray, unlimited blade works! That's the music. I am on X53. Whoa, you're further than me. Last sphere I need to light after I complete the run, and I don't know if it's a choreo I picked or no. But suddenly all enemies, normal, small or not, all feel like bosses. Yeah, it's a very difficult, very difficult. You know, well. You're playing on a very high difficulty, that's basically the problem. It was the same for me, truthfully. Archer reality marble, I see. When I came to, I was lying in a burning field. It must have been a big fire. The familiar town was an unrecognizable smoking ruin. It looked like a scene from a war movie. The sight didn't last long though. As morning dawned, the fires gradually died down. The towering walls of flame shrunk to embers, and most of the buildings looked to have collapsed. It felt so strange, being the only unchanged thing in the town. I was the only one left alive. I was either fortunate or the house I'd been inside was built on the luckiest ground of all time. Or at least I managed to reach and pause second phase boss barely. Second plane boss barely. Okay. Either way, I was the only one alive. Since I'd survived, I felt like I needed to keep on living. I walked aimlessly, thinking it would be dangerous to remain where I was. It wasn't that I wanted to avoid becoming what had happened to everyone around me. Those scorched, blackened masses. It wasn't a feeling of disgust. Some other emotion was driving me on. At the same time, I had no hope. It was a miracle I was alive at all, and I didn't think it was going to last much longer. There was just one way in hell I was going to survive. No way in hell I was going to survive. There was simply no way I would ever escape this crimson hellscape, no matter what I did. That was how desperate, how hellish this place was, even through the eyes of a young boy. Then I collapsed. Either there was no air around me, or I simply couldn't breathe anymore. I just collapsed, and all I could do was to look up at the snowy, cloudy sky. The scorched black masses around me lay motionless. The dark clouds covered the sky, promising rain. Good. The rain will put out the fires. I took one final deep breath and looked up at the rain clouds. I couldn't breathe, but I still felt pain. I said that out loud, on behalf of all those people who couldn't say those words themselves. What happened to Archer? Why is he narrating his wish in his reality marble? Did he fight someone, or is it a dream? I don't know, we just started the game. How are we supposed to know? That was 10 years ago. Miraculously, in the midst of all that, I was saved. Also, Akira, you just spoiled me that was... You just spoiled me that is Archer. I didn't know that. Man, try to avoid spoiling me. I don't know as much as you know. My physical body survived. But everything else was scorched, reduced to ash. Minor spoiler, sorry. Well, just don't do it, okay? I want to experience this properly. And technically speaking, that was not a minor spoiler. Because I know that is what happened in the previous, Holy Grail War. I would like to imagine that this is how he became a servant. And, well... You could say that is actually a major spoiler, because I just found out that Archer actually was in the previous Holy Grail War. I didn't catch your last stream, so I don't know. Try to avoid saying too much if you do not know. Okay? But everything else was scorched, reduced to ash. I didn't spoil you how he became a servant, don't worry. I mean, yeah, but still, I didn't know that he was in the previous war. Anyway, well, we still have a lot to uncover. When a young child loses their parents or their home, there is really nothing left of them. And so, everything other than my body perished. But as simply as possible. In exchange for my body living. My heart died. You will see. Okay. I'm dreaming. I squinted, seeing a bright white light. It was blinding. Light stabbed me at my eyes when I woke. I doubt I really knew what the sensation of blinding light was in the first place. What? As my eyes adjusted, I woke, alarmed. I was lying in bed I didn't recognize, in a room that I didn't recognize. I was honestly stunned, but the cleanliness of the white room made me feel at ease. Where am I? I looked blankly at my surroundings. The room was spacious and beds lined it in neat rows. All the beds were full, and it looked like each bed's occupant was injured. But the room didn't feel depressing at all. Everyone injured survived. I let my eyes wander. I looked out the window. The clear blue sky was so incredibly beautiful. A few days passed and I was finally able to take in the situation. I had no problem remembering what happened the days before, but I wasn't much different from a newborn during this time. Strange as it is, that was closer to the truth than might seem possible. The fire was just that bad. I was rescued from the fire. I awoke in a hospital. My parents were gone and my entire body was wrapped in bandages. I didn't really understand what was going on, but I did know that I was alone. It didn't take long for me to accept my circumstances. Maybe I had no choice, really. All the other children were in the same boat. Then, later, in the moment I, naive as I was, started to worry about what would become of me, he walked in. He appeared the day my bandages came off and I started eating on my own. His hair was disheveled, his suit tattered. He looked a bit younger than my doctor. He looked more like someone's older brother than someone's father. His beaming smile seemed to blend into the pouring white sunlight. His voice was somehow irritatingly fake, yet extremely gentle. Fate Zero lore. I see. He was offering to take me in. I asked if we were related. He said we were complete strangers. He looked like an unremarkable, unreliable guy. But then again, he was no more or less familiar than the orphanage. So I decided I'd go with him. Okay, Shiro really got to, Shiro really got convinced quite easily. He started gathering my things hastily. Even as young as I was, I could see he wasn't any good at it. And after he made a mess packing, he turned, asking for confirmation. He asked so casually, as if asking me if there was somewhere I wanted to go. Yep. Shiro had tough luck as a child. He said it in a serious, almost ceremonious manner. It happened so fast. Now that I think back, I was also immature. What the fuck did I just say? I was also immature. I just accepted his word as fact. I took it neither as a joke or genuine statement. Really? That's so cool, Pops. I guess I said something like that, eyes wide in astonishment. Immature? What? Yep. Oh yeah. And I was his child. Actually, I don't really remember how that conversation went. But every now and then my old man would bring it up. He would recount that scene over and over, acting all embarrassed. That scene might have been the happiest day of my old man, a man named Kirichugu Emiya's life. You can say that it was one thing for him to tell a recently orphaned kid he was a magician. But I was no better, the way I so eagerly bought into it. And that was how my old man adopted me and how I took the last name Emiya. Shiro Emiya. When I said that name out loud, I felt really proud of having the same last name as Kirichugu. Kirichugu the goat. I have no idea what kind of guy he is. Man, look, before I get to know the characters, do not tell me things about the characters. I have no idea who Kirichugu is. I'm dreaming. It's from my childhood. It's probably about 8 years ago, since it's about the time when I talked my old man into making me his apprentice. Kirichugu had started going away on a regular basis once I was old enough to stay home by myself. I don't think you will learn from this game, but still, I'm just getting into the franchise, He's from Fate Zero, and still, once I finish the game, I will go check Fate Zero. But still, as I say, if I don't know a character, comment on what is going on in this immediate moment. Do not comment on what is not there. I do not know the characters. I cannot know if someone is a villain or a hero. I cannot know if someone is lying or telling the truth. I cannot know many things. And the whole basis of all this is that I do not know. That's why the reaction is genuine. Get me? He'd always give some childish, unbelievable explanation like, I'm going to go on an adventure around the world. Then he'd actually do it. Okay. Okay then. From then on, that's how it always was. It wasn't unusual for him to be gone for a month, and at times he didn't come home for half a year. Wow, quite the father figure. That's the goat you were talking about? The Emiya mansion is an expansive Japanese samurai-style house, and Kiritsugu and I were the only ones living there. It felt too big and empty for a child like me, and at times I felt lost. But I liked my life there. Whenever Kiritsugu came home from his trips, he would brag and tell stories like an excited child. Another child, the one who shared his last name, always looked forward to those stories. I may have been alone in the mansion, but Kiritsugu's stories always felt less than that. He was always pursuing a dream like a boy. I was weary of his whims, yet at the same time, he always looked radiant to me. Maybe that's why I hope to be like him one day. Well, as childish as I might have been, I realized I needed to get my act together since I had an old man with his head constantly in the clouds. We are in the 31st of January. We see Fate Stay Night. Day 1. Let's go! So now we are in Fate Stay Night. I hear a sound. The heavy, rusted hinges on the door creak as it's being pushed open. We see now the perspective of Shiro, I see. That's why everything has, rewinded. Light pours in through the crack in the door. My mind tries to shake off the slumber. I hear footsteps drawing near, and I feel the winter air flowing in. Oh, there she is. There she is. Let me take a picture out of that. Morning, Sakura. It would have been nice if, Shiro was voiced. Oh, of course, he cannot be voiced because we have to put our shoes into his shoes. We have to put ourselves into his shoes, I mean. Oh yeah, thanks for waking me up, as always. Isn't he voiced when you aren't playing as him? Yes, but that wasn't the same with Rin. Like Rin, we were playing as her and she was talking normally, so what is up with that? Serious voice muted in the settings. Hello, Belly Tom. Are you sure? Wait a minute, what? Okay, fade in. Oh, wait a minute. Text add-on off, fade in, fade out. Sound settings. Lower BGM. Stop voices when text advances. Mute. Oh, motherfucker. Thank you. Thank you. Why is this by default? Shut up! Is anyone else muted? Okay, here's Kichiguru. You can see his face a little bit. Muted in the settings. Muted in the settings! Muted in the settings! Shameless fucks! Okay, let's be serious right now. People really wanna play the role of the protagonist now, don't they? Teams auto settings are shit. Yeah, no shit. I'm new to everyone, yep. I'm not sure why, but Sakura looks more cheerful than usual. There we go. Finally, we can hear his voice. Thank God, Belly Tom, you were here, and we got to, fix this early on.
けど、藤姉には叩き起こされるから、さくらの方が助かる。これに懲りずに次は頑張る。
Also, Billy Tom, welcome to stream. I don't know if I welcomed you. Hello, how have you been, my friend? I answer, still half asleep. My head's still not right. We're not in the war right now. We're just fucking, you know, we're going through school life again, so might as well not wear the armor. I don't get to wear the armor much. My head's still not right, so even I don't know what I'm saying.
わかりました。でも頑張ってもらわない方が嬉しいです。私。
Sakura is giggling. Crap, I must still be so sleepy. I've said something weird.
ちょっと待ってくれ。すぐ起きるから。
Pretty good. Saw that you were live and decided to check on you, and the rest was luck. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. The cold winter air helps at times like this. The chill snaps my lethargic mind awake. And in front of me stands my junior at school, Sakura Matu. I'm in my house's storehouse, and it's just about 6 o'clock in the morning.
目が覚めた。ごめんな、さくら。またやっちまった。朝の支度手伝わないといけないのに。
そんなのいいんです。先輩、夕べも遅かったんでしょ。なら朝はゆっくりしてください。朝食の支度は私がしておきますから。
Sakura is practically bouncing with excitement. Okay, do not think about it. Do not think about it. That sounded weird. Do not think about it. Knowing, forbidden knowledge. Oftentimes, kids, it's cursed. That's why it's forbidden. Just so you know. That's odd. Sakura is weirdly energetic this morning.
バカ、そういうわけにいくか。今起きるから一緒にキッチンに行こう。よし、準備完了。それじゃあ行こう、さくら。
いえ、その先輩。
I am so glad that I don't have to voice this shit. I can just let my vocal cords rest a bit. Remember Fate's origins. Nothing is weird. Akira, shut up.
なんだよ。他に何かあるのか。
いえ、そういうことではないんですけど、その先輩、家に戻る前に着替えた方がいいと思います。
I finally look at myself. I fell asleep working last night, so I'm still wearing my coveralls. The coveralls I wear while I'm working are usually dirty. Who knows what Fujine would say or do if I went into the house as is.
まだ目が覚めてないみたいだ。なんか普段に増して抜けてるな、俺。
そうかもしれませんね。ですから朝食の支度は私に任せて、先輩はもう少しゆっくりしていてください。それにほら、ここを散らかしっぱなしにしていたら藤村先生に怒られるでしょ。
そうだな。それじゃあ着替えてから行くから、さくらは先に戻っていてくれ。はい、
お待ちしてますね、先輩。
Sakura quickly walks out. Okay then. I'll change into my school uniform first. Then I need to collect all the parts I left scattered around. The storehouse is in the corner of the backyard and all sorts of junk is crammed in here. Though, I've always liked to tinker with gadgets, so the place is a treasure trove to me. The old man forbade me to go into the storehouse, but I ignored his warnings and snuck inside almost every day. Now it's sort of a base for me. I guess you could call this place my real room. The massive Emilia house never felt homey to me, but I've always felt at ease in here, surrounded by all this junk.
そもそももったいないじゃないか。ガラクタって言ってもまだ使えるし。
The majority of the things in the storehouse are everyday things, mostly unusable. I'm not sure whether I brought it all in because I brought it all in because I liked it in here, or whether I liked this place because it was full of junk. Either way, I snuck into this storehouse almost daily, and I made sort of a hobby of fixing broken things. So he's like an engineer, the guy. Okay. Interesting fact about Shiru. I'm not the type who gets attached to things. But it just didn't feel right to neglect things that are still usable. Or maybe it would be better to say the idea of doing that just bothered me. Which is why I stayed up all night trying to fix a broken stove.
完成は明日か。途中で寝るなんて集中力が足りない証拠だ。
I tried to shake off my self-disgust at that. I gathered the parts for the stove and put them back on the shelf of things waiting to get fixed. There is no more room though. Once I fix the stove, an old VCR is up next. Both of which were destroyed by Fujine. We can set that aside for now. I changed my school uniform. Since the storehouse is like my own room, I have all the essentials, including changes of clothes in here. The rest are things like haphazardly drawn blueprints scattered all over the place and literal junk from my failed attempts at fixing various things. Also, there is some sort of pattern carved into the storehouse's floor, perhaps used as some sort of an altar in the past. Wait a minute, what? Oh, wait a minute. Okay then. I clapped my hands in prayer at the storehouse and turned towards the mansion. I walked from the storehouse to the mansion. This Emiya residence is a Japanese samurai-style house located on the outskirts of town. My old man wasn't from a notable family, yet for some reason he owned this giant house. That in itself was a mystery, and it also seems he didn't have any relatives here in Japan. And so when my old man died, there was no one else to inherit this mansion, so it came to me as his adopted son. He died? Let me guess. The previous Holy Grail War? Though to be honest, I don't have any administrative abilities. So things like inheritance, property taxes, and any other complicated things are all handled by old man Fujimura. Wait a minute. Something's off. What did he say? I think I didn't get something right. So when my old man died, there was no one else inherit the mansion. So he did die? I get the feeling that, he didn't die. Okay, so things like inheritance, property tax, and old man Fujimura. Okay, old man Fujimura is a major businessman who lives nearby. Kirichugu described old man Fujimura as an old man who's like a Yakuza boss. Okay. Interesting life you're living, my boy Shiru. Obviously, that was his own biased view. In fact, old man Fujimura is not like a Yakuza boss, but he is a Yakuza boss. Okay, I'm out of here. Oh, Yakuza mentioned. Is that a Yakuza reference? We're gonna have Majima jump out of a booth any second round. There may be a problem in itself, but I try not to dwell on it. Anyway, that's why I live in this giant mansion on my own. It's been 5 years since my old man died. Time sure flies by. 5 years, okay, so he didn't actually die on the Holy Grail War. I sigh, thinking about how much I've grown in those 5 years. I trained every day to become like Kirichugu, but that's easier said than done. It's not surprising since I didn't have what it takes from the start, but the fact that I haven't improved at all these past 5 years forces me to reassess things. If I had to sum up my current situation, I'd say I set the bar too high. I haven't even reached the starting line. No, rushing won't do me any good. For now, I just have to do what I can. Okay then, what I need to do now is... Oh my god, I actually have to take him. I have to make a choice. The wild wind carries with it the scent of rust. Bruh, pick one. I mean, I like Sakura, you're right. I mean, we could just take care of some daily task. No, okay. We're gonna help Sakura. Let's go help Sakura. I get the feeling that it's gonna be even more, it's gonna be even more intriguing to pick, to help someone else. Let's go check on Sakura. Right, I need to help Sakura. Making someone younger than me do all the work would be embarrassing. And I feel bad for Sakura coming here so early in the morning. Did you complete your Zenless Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail daily already? Honkai Star Rail, yes. Zenless Zone Zero, no. I didn't have time. But I'm too late. Breakfast looks to be done already. The appetizing scent of the breakfast Sakura cooked wafts towards me from the kitchen. God damn, I'm already hungry because I haven't eaten anything. And I do have an order who just arrived, and I really do not want to stop the stream instantly as I started it. Okay, look, I'm gonna hit the 1 hour mark, and then I'm gonna go eat. I still have like 20 minutes left. Then I'm gonna go eat and come back to the game. Sakura finished cooking and she's searching the cupboards for dishes.
面目ない。せめて食器の用意ぐらいはやるから、さくらは座っててくれ。
もう来ちゃったんですか、先輩。
Yes, of course. I'd give her an apron. Why not?
もうじゃないぞ。6時10分って言ったら朝飯を食ってる時間じゃないか。完全に寝坊だよ。
そんなことはないと思いますよ。先輩は部活をしていないんですから、この時間は十分に早起きです。
部活は関係ない。それを言ったら朝練があるさくらがうちに来てくれるのも問題じゃないか。
いえ、私は好きでしていることですから、部活のことは気にしないでください。
Is Sakura having a crush on Shiro? Like actually a crush? Or am I getting a wrong vibe here and she's like a little sister to him or some shit and... I don't know, I'm speculating here.
ああ、それは何度も聞いた。だから俺も部活に関係なく早起きしてるんだ。さくらが来てくれるなら、その時間には起きてないと失礼だろ。
To me, waking up early is waking up before Sakura gets here, and oversleeping means I make Sakura prepare breakfast on her own, like today. Though this arrangement started only about a year and a half ago.
ともかく、さくらは休んでろよ。あとは並べるだけなんだから、それぐらい俺にやらせてくれ。
I stand next to Sakura and pull out the dishes. Sakura has a surprisingly stubborn side, so she won't rest unless I really push.
なら、私もお手伝いします。お皿には私が盛りますから、先輩はお茶碗を出してください。
いや、だから全部こっちでやるからいいってば。
いけません。先輩はお家の主人なんですから、朝くらいはドーンと構えていてください。
She really acts as if she's his wife or some shit. I like Sakura, I like that, but girl, in all due respect, you're still a high school student and you're not really related with a guy. I don't know, bro, why are you asking? Keep playing. I mean, I have to ask. I have to. Like these kinds of responses. I like Rin. Okay, you can like Rin all you want. Okay, Rin, I respect it. Okay, but the tsundere side really doesn't rub well with me. It never did. Sakura, okay, Sakura. Oh man.
ほんと構えろって。 さくら一人に働かせてのんびりしている主人なんて家主失格だぞ。いいからさくらは今に行ってろって。
はい、ぜひ失格してください。これいつも美味しいご飯を食べさせてもらっているお返しなんです。だからできれば先輩にはゆっくりしていてほしいです。
Okay, we got the proper explanation now. I suppose she feels a little bit indebted because he's hospitable towards her. I get that. I love girls with Rin's personality. They are cute. Okay, Akira. I mean, I accept your taste. I'm not saying that I agree with it though. But I respect it, okay?
食費だったら折半なんだからさくらが気にすることじゃない。感謝なんて言ったら俺がしたいぐらいだ。さくらが来てくれるようになってから飯が豪勢になったからな。やっ
ぱり先輩分かってなかったんですね。先輩のお家のご飯が美味しいのはそういうことじゃないんです。
Whoa, that sounds kinda... It sounds as if she's about to say the reason why your foods are tasting better is because I put drugs on them.
そういうことじゃないってどういうことだ？
Wait.
なんでもありません。けど責任取ってくださいね。私先輩の家じゃないとご飯を美味しくいただけなくなっちゃったんですから。
Oh yeah, she has a crush on him. She's striking my boy. Yep. Oh, okay. I get the feeling that this almost confirms it that she actually has some feelings for him. Okay.
バカ、おかしなこと言うな。
Please feel responsible because I can't enjoy a meal anywhere else now. Yeah, that is a weird thing to say, as a matter of fact.
藤姉に聞かれたらどうするんだ。あの人には冗談なんて通じないんだから。
But it was not sarcastic.
そうですね。藤村先生に聞かれたら大変です。
まったくだ。あんまりおかしなこと言うな。
Maybe she did add something, but I don't know. I never played the game. Okay.
はい、言いません。言いませんからお手伝いしていいですよね、先輩。
Okay. Sakura looks me in the eyes so naturally and calmly.
いいよ、好きにしろ。そんなにやりたきゃさくらに任せる。
はい、好きにします、私。
まったく、本当に最近言うこと聞かなくなったよな、さくら。
She just follows her heart. Respect that, my boy.
ですね。藤村先生に似てきたのかもしれません。
I mean, I like senses. She responds softly as she reaches towards the cupboard. Her dark hair, purple, gently falls over her shoulder, and the curves of her body catch my eye. Motherfucker! Okay then. I think he's annoyed a bit. I mean, I wouldn't, because I get the feeling that she really just wants to do something for him, so fair enough. If you want to, you do. But you're playing the stay night route, right? Yes, I'm playing the stay night, yes. Wait a minute. Is there a problem because I'm playing the stay night route? I can't explain it, but it's awkward. My boy... It's called the boner. I'm not sure if it's our age, but Sakura has been looking more feminine lately. Shoot me. Her casual movements or her profile are so pretty, and I inadvertently avert my eyes. I mean, in all honesty, beautiful people tend to actually magnetize other people's gazes, and I cannot lie, it's a reactive thing. You cannot really control it.
先輩、どうかしましたか？
いや、どうもしてない。どうもしてないから気にしないでくれ。
Honestly, it's baffling. Why the hell am I getting nervous around my friend's younger sister? She's your friend's younger sister? Sakura's just a really good and considering younger friend of mine, and she's someone I need to look after. Okay then. She's the younger sister of a friend of mine. We used to be friendly, though initially we weren't very close since she's a grade below me. It was only a year and a half ago that our relationship became more what it is now. Sakura started to come and cook meals for me when I got hurt, and things kind of stayed like that. Damn, he's banging his friend's sister like nothing happened. I mean... Okay. I think this arrangement was supposed to last until I got better, but I guess something or other happened and somehow she ended up helping out with household chores. Either way, Sakura is a good cook and her cleaning and laundry skills are perfect. Having her come early in the morning is a big help, but it's been disconcerting recently. Sakura isn't the problem. It's me. Another beautiful picture. We get really beautiful pictures here. And it's just the first chapter. I'm sure being flustered by my friend's sister is part of the reason I feel guilty. Usually I'm phased, but when I blast because I get caught off guard like now, I wonder whether that's problematic or as her senpai. Okay. Breakfast is lined up neatly on the table. A perfectly balanced meal of chicken with parsley salad, grilled salmon, blanched spinach. What the is this breakfast or is this a fucking buffet? Miso soup with radish and red carrots and grated yam soup. Wow. I wish I had something like that to eat.
Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu. Sakura and I sit down and bow, and begin our meal in silence. The gentle tapping of chopsticks is the only sound in the room. Sakura isn't typically talkative, and I hardly have anything to chat about during meals. So we eat in silence. Normally it's much rowdier than this, but the person who usually causes the commotion... There she is. It's the teacher! Must have watched a spy movie or something last night because she's eyeing the two of us through a newspaper she propped up in front of her food. Oh, getting schooled by your own student. Get fucked. Okay then. Wow. That teacher really is... weird. Also, what the fuck is your teacher doing at your house? Oh, let me guess. She has become his guardian. The teacher has become Shiru's guardian, right? I'd like to imagine that. Sakura remarks differently, but Fujine ignores her. Fujine's acting weird. But her being weird at breakfast isn't really all that weird for her. Sakura's used to it too, and she's eating as if nothing's the matter. Sakura typically cooks up Western dishes. Ooh! Can I have some spaghetti? She really only began learning to cook Japanese dishes since she started coming here to help me out. Ah! He's converting her! Sakura learned to cook simple Japanese dishes, at least for breakfast, because Fujine and I prefer them. You two are so uncultured. No, okay, I'm joking. Japanese dishes are good. Good as Greek. Almost as Greek, as a matter of fact. Now, Sakura's cooking skills have improved to the point she's better than me, and I'm the only one who was teaching her. Her miso soup is flavorful and refined now, and she's even gotten to the point where she can grate yams to make yam soup. Actually, I think today is the first time she served yam soup. I'm so hungry.
醤油は昨日で切れてます。
No! The soy sauce!
じゃあ藤根のでいいや、取って。
藤村先生、いいですか？
Poaching the nuts. Okay. The newspaper shuffles.
はいどうぞ。とろろ汁に使うんですか？
What the fuck is wrong with this teacher?
とろろには醤油だろう、普通。
A line of soy sauce streams from the bottle onto the grated white mound. I stir the mixture up, pour it over my rice, and take a bite. The stickiness of the grated yam combined with the intense flavor of the soy sauce.
うわ、まずこれソースだぞ、ソース。しかもオイスター。
That caught me off guard. I'm gonna hear that again. That was some voice acting right there. What the fuck?
うわ、まずこれソースだぞ、ソース。しかもオイスター。
Sauce, sauce. Oh man. Ugh. Jesus fucking. Wow. You fucking teacher. You did it on purpose. Fujina tosses her newspaper onto the table with an enthusiastic flick of her wrists. Don't tell me she actually ate all the actual soy sauce just because she wanted to pull off this prank.
どうだ。朝のうちにソースとお醤油のラベルを取り替えておく作戦なのだ。
I would have slapped her. I would have fucking slapped her. I do not like it when people pick on me, let alone early in the morning. Early in the morning is a fucking sentence. The not so mysterious spy punches the air in victory.
朝っぱらから何考えてんだ、あんたは。今年で25のくせに、いつまで経っても藤根は藤根だな。
25? Man, I feel old. She's way too young, but if I was a kid, if I was still a kid, I would have. Oh man, I'm getting a fucking crisis right now, existential one. I'm not a kid anymore, so I cannot say that she's actually old. Fuck. Oh man. This is the kind of game I would play when I was like 17, 16. I am not anymore. 24.
昨日の恨み思い知ったか。みんなと一緒になってお姉ちゃんをいじめるやつには当然の天罰ってところかしら。
Divine justice. That was actually a hellish punishment, not divine justice.
天罰ってのは人為的なもんじゃないだろう。なんかおとなしいと思ったら、昨日からこんなこと考えてやがったのか、この暇人。
そうだよ。おかげでこれから急いでテストの採点しなくちゃいけないんだから。そういうわけで急がないとやばいのだ。
The voice actress really is blasting.
そうだよ。おかげでこれから急いでテストの採点しなくちゃいけないんだから。そういうわけで急がないとやばいのだ。
Awesome performances. Fujina sits back down and shovels her breakfast into her mouth.
はい、ごちそうさま。
Nom, 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 nom.
朝ごはん、今日も美味しかったよ、さくらちゃん。
Yeah, she actually did that.
はい、お粗末様でした、先生。それじゃあ先に行くわね。二人とも遅刻したら怒るわよ。
That face says everything. It says it all. And off she goes, stomping out in a rush. There's something terribly wrong with a world that allows someone like her to be a teacher. Trust me, I've seen fucking worse IRL, by the way. I'll drop my coin, give me a sec. There we go.
先輩
Mm-hmm.
すまない。せっかくの朝食だっていうのに、藤姉のやつ、ろくに味わいもしないで。
いえ、そういうのではなくて、昨日藤村先生に何かしたんですか？食べ物に細工するなんて、藤村先生にしてはやりすぎですから。
いや、それがさ、昨日ついあだ名で呼んじまった。
Oh no, I called her by her first name. That is the punishable crime in Japan, as you may know. In high school, I had a 21-year-old teacher. Then, if you didn't go to class 1 minute later, she would not allow you to come in. Ah, excellent. Why is it always the young teachers which are the fuck fests? Oh man, thinking back on it, I realize why I do not like thinking back on it.
それじゃあ仕方ありませんね。先輩、藤村先生に謝らなかったんでしょう。
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either.
面目ない。いつものことなんで忘れてた。
ダメですよ。藤村先生、先輩にあだ名を言われるのだけは嫌がるんですから。また泣かせちゃったんでしょう。
Why is it such a bad thing? Wait a minute, is it a mockery of a nickname? I understand that, if that's the
泣かした
case.
上にダットのごとく走り去らせた。おかげで昨日の英語は自習だった。
Whoa. Okay, my boy Shiro, actually you deserve that, fucker. You insulted her. You didn't apologize. You made her run away. She cried. You made her run away. That's like 4 in total crimes. And of course, the class had to be skipped because of that. Shiro, what a naughty boy you are, my man. In fact, everyone in class worked together to make an award for me from their notebook paper because of that. I threw it away, obviously.
もう、それじゃあ、今朝のは先輩が悪いです。
Fujine is like an older sister to Sakura, so she's typically on Fujine's side. I mean, I cannot blame her, which is fine on its own, but I wish she would consider the fact that I have to deal with Fujine all day long. Fujine was originally an acquaintance of my old man, and she swung by the house pretty frequently since I was adopted. She kept on coming over even after my old man died, and now she acts like a freeloader, eating breakfast and dinner every day. Wait a minute. So, she was an old acquaintance, she swung by... That was... Wait a minute. She kept coming even after my old man died. So, she's 25 now. His old man died 5 years ago, so she was 20. How young was she going at the old man's house? 18? Let's say 18, which sounds fucking weird, but let's say 18. So they have been known for each other for like 7 years. Actually, it might have been thanks to Fujine that I was able to make it on my own after my old man died. And now it is me, Fujine and Sakura, who are the residents of the Miya house. But at the same time, I'm the only one who knows that my old man was a mage. They say mages have to keep that part of their lives secret, which is why I've also been hiding from others that I'm learning magecraft after I became my old man's apprentice. Learning, maybe a bit of a stretch. Really, since I was barely used magecraft properly, so it wouldn't make much of a difference whether I hide magecraft or not. But since it was my old man's dying wish, I've been training in secret. I finish breakfast and get ready for school. Okay. I think this is a nice moment right here for me to, go grab my food. Exactly at the 1 hour mark, by the way. Let's fucking go. I'm really hungry. I'm gonna be back in about like 15 minutes, okay? Akira, I'll be back, okay? I'll let you know. I'll let you know once I'm back, okay? Be patient with me, pretty please. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Hello, Luz. Welcome to stream. I'm finally home. Well, good. How's your day been? Alright, let's get back to it. I finished breakfast and get ready for school. I finished dinner and I'm ready for streaming. I put away the dishes with Sakura as I listen to the news on TV in the background. Sakura is looking blankly at the TV. A flashy caption reading "Gas leaks continue" pops up on the screen. There seems to have been a big accident in the neighboring city of Shindo. I'm tired and in pain. Also today people told me gossip about ex-friends and it's... oh. Well, get some rest. You can rest here. You can ease your mind. And you can entertain yourself with my stupidity. It happened in a building in the business district. Apparently everyone on one of its floors lost consciousness from oxygen deprivation. Authorities have been calling it an accident resulting from gas leaks. But for some reason, these incidents have been happening often.
今のニュース気になるのか、さくら。
It's always nice to be here. Thank you, Luz. Thank you.
いえ、別に。ただ、事故がシントで起きているなら近いなって。先輩、シントの方でアルバイトしていますよね。
してるけど、別にそんな大きな店じゃないよ。今のニュースみたいな事故は起きないと思う。
But I can't entirely ignore the idea either. Gas leaks can happen in any building, and it especially pains me to think that hundreds of people have fallen victim. Some say that these accidents are happening because of faulty construction work done during the rapid development projects in Shindo. Either way, I hope there won't be any more victims.
物騒な話だ。俺たちも気をつけないと。
あ、それならご心配なく先輩。ガスの元栓はいつも2回チェックしてますから安心です。
Okay, considerate of you. Sakura proudly proclaims.
そういう話でなくて。
Yep, I've always known Sakura as a little off too. I mean, she's trying her best.
先輩、裏手の戸締まりはしました？
したよ。缶抜きかけたけど、問題あるか？
ありません。それじゃあ鍵かけますね。先輩、今日のお帰りは何時ですか？
少し遅くなると思う。さくらは？
私はいつも通りです。多分私の方が早いと思いますから、夕食の下準備は済ませておきますね。
ねえ。
うん、助かる。俺もできるだけ早く帰るよ。
It's actually so weird that, okay, a little bit of sidetracking. The fact that the word ne in Japanese, basically it's a confirmation. Basically, it roughly translates to saying right whenever they end a sentence. While ne, it's basically means yes in Greek, so it's also confirmation if you think about it. So every time I hear in Japanese someone saying ne, I'm like, yeah, ne. I mean, like responding to yes. The gate is locked tight. Sakura and Fujine both have keys to the house, and the rule is that whoever leaves last is in charge of locking everything up.
行こうか。急がないと朝練に間に合わない。
はい。それじゃあ少しだけ急ぎましょうか、先輩。
These people are so full of energy. They woke up like specifically, for example, Sakura woke up like 5 in order to be at the house of senpai over here. At 6, get breakfast, be done by 7 something, and get to school by 8. Fuck that. Who wakes up 5 in the morning in order to get to school at 8? There were many times throughout my life where I woke up literally 15 minutes before school. There's no way I'm wasting almost 3 hours of sleep in order to get breakfast. Fuck that. Me, you lose. Do you really woke up so early? I did that. What? Okay. If you did that, okay. I guess you people exist. Sakura and I walk into town. We walk downhill along a long wall to reach a more populated residential area. The Emiya house is located on top of a hill, away from the center of town. Yes, I was waking up at 5 a.m. and school started at 8:15. Kudos to your courage, Luz. Kudos to your courage. Why wake up at 5? Heading down the hill leads us to the residential area. Going further down, we reach the intersection at the center of town. Several roads lead out from the center of town. There is a large bridge that connects to the neighboring town. A hill that leads to Ryu Temple. A residential area located opposite of my house, which is the European district over there. A shopping district that both Sakura and I often go to. And finally, there's a path that leads to our school. Oh, you're back. Yes, Akira, I'm back. When did you get back? About like 7 minutes ago. We head straight to school without taking any detours. It's barely 7 o'clock, so there is hardly anyone around. Barely 7? What? She said that it was 6 when she woke up Shiru. So, did she actually cook everything and they ate within an hour? And they even walked out and they got close to school. How fast are these people? How fast are they? Students making their way to their morning club activities. So there's hardly anyone around. Students making their way to their morning club activities are the only ones to be found along our route. I see Sakura off at the school gate as usual. Sakura's in the Kyoto club, so this is where we usually split off. Oh, she's sad. And yet, Sakura doesn't budge this morning.
Sakura, 体の調子悪いのか?
いえ、そういうことじゃなくて、その先輩、たまには道場の方に寄っていきませんか?
いや、別に道場に用はないぞ。それに今日は一斉に頼まれてるから生徒会室に行かないとまずい。
そうですよね。ごめんなさい。余計なことを言っちゃって。
Sakura quickly bows her head.
それじゃあ失礼します。晩ご飯楽しみにしていてくださいね。
Weak man. The girl requested something from you to go to the dojo and you're like, nah. Fuck. Like the guy is such a lame, he's lame, not gonna lie. Why not say, yes, I will visit the dojo with you, why not? For once. We've been friends for like 1.5 years, might as well visit for once. Tired and in pain, I was all day out until now. Wow. All day? Crap. Sakura runs towards the dojo, seeming almost apologetic. What was that? I wonder what that was all about.
Issei, いるか?
いるぞ。今朝は少し遅かったな、エミヤ。
Issei glances up from his desk, looking like he's been studying some papers.
一斉だけか。他の連中はどうしたんだ? この時間なら登校しててもおかしくないだろう。
いや、あいにくとうちのメンバーはビジネスライクでね。働く時間帯はきっかり決まっていて、早出と残業はしたくないのだそうだ。
それで生徒会長自らが雑用か。ここはここで大変そうだな。
何？好きでしている苦労だ。エミヤに同情してもらうのは筋が違う。
Not really, because I had to do something and they made me be late. They didn't care at all that it was something important. And other things. I'll give you all the gossip later because, man, well, as I said, Luz, you're safe here. You can relax now.
いや、一斉に同情なんてしてないぞ。
それはそれで無念だが、聞き流すとしよう。情が映っているということでは同じだからな。
Issei, who's gathering his papers into a single sheaf and tapping the edge against the table to square them neatly, is the big boss of the student council. He's been working to reform the student council, which has grown quite lax, and he's been a friend of mine since our first year in school. Okay. So the big boss is your friend. I see. Well, everybody knows that the student council has more power than the government, so... His full name is Issei Ryodo. Despite his old-fashioned sounding name, he has elegant facial features, and he's popular with girls. Oh yeah? He doesn't look like it. This is the very face of a nerd. At least here in the West. He's also the student council president, so you'd think he would have the leg up over everyone else, but that's not exactly the case.
やはり朝は舌がしびれるほどの熱湯が良い。
It's saying stuff like that as he sips tea that prevents him from quite sticking the landing. Okay. As evidenced, Issei is quite plain. He's prone to be misunderstood, yet he neither babbles in relationships, nor he does what typical students do for fun. He's the heir of Ryodo Temple, which sits atop a mountain. He himself understands that he will inherit the temple, and there is a strong possibility that he will shave his head without so much as a complaint as soon as he graduates from school. Wow. Okay.
それで、今日は何をするんだ?
The guy really wants to become the Avatar.
ああ、まあともかく座って一服と言いたいのだが、時間がないな。移動がてら説明をするゆえ、いつもの道具を持ってついてきてくれ。
Okay.
率直に言うとな、うちの学校、金のバランスが極端なんだよ。
Spending habits?
知ってる。運動系がひいきされてるもんで、他に予算がいかないんだろ？
結果文化系の部員は絶えず不遇の扱いでな。今年から文化系に予算が行くよう尽力しているのだが、予算の流れが不鮮明でうまく回っていない。おかげで未だ文化系の部室は不遇でな。
The fact that the student council are the ones who for some reason actually can manage the where the budget costs go. Not even in my fucking wildest dreams would a student council here in Greece would ever be, trusted with money. Let alone having the government give any funding for that matter. Oh man, they don't even give money to the principal who could take the job if they really wanted to, but how many times have I wondered, how the fuck is this school operating if nobody is bothering to fix anything?
特に冬のストーブ不足に関しては打開策がまるでない。
Lack of heaters during the winter is especially concerning. I have no solution for that. Damn.
そうか。マイナスドライバーくれ。一番大きいやつな。あと導線も。これぐらいならなんと。
導線？これか。すまん。よくわからん。間違っていたら叱ってくれ。
当たってるからいいよ。で、ストーブ不足がどうしたって？ここ以外にも故障してんのがあんのか？
For what it's worth, we had a problem with heaters every fucking winter in school. Actually, they didn't spend money for
第
heating.
一小
For
学室と美
heating.
術部の暖房器具が怪しいそうだ。新品購入願いの嘆願書が刻一刻と増えている。
These new ones are piling up by the minute.
けど予算にそんな余裕はないと。やっぱり劣化してるだけだな。中がいかれてなくて助かった。
うん。治りそうか、エミヤ。
治るよ。こういう時古いやつは分かりやすくていい。配線系のショートだから新しいのに変えればとりあえず今年いっぱいは頑張ってくれる。
そうか。やるな、エミヤ。お前が頼りになると極めて嬉しいぞ。
This pronounce as long as those get repaired, they should last until the end of the year. Okay.
おかしな日本語使うね、一世。もう少しで済むからちょっと外に出ててくれ。
うん。エミヤの邪魔はせん。
Isha quietly steps out of the classroom. He might be thinking that I'm going to start on some sensitive work.
いや、デリケートといえばデリケートなんだけど。
Is he gonna fucking... Yes, of course he is. He's just gonna fucking slack off. I put my hand to the old electric stove. No matter how long someone's been fixing things, they can't usually figure out what's wrong by sight. So the fact that I can means that what I'm doing is not ordinary. I close my eyes and look inside the stove by touch. Okay, excuse me. He wasn't actually a slacker. Sorry about that. And then suddenly, a single image pops into my head.
電
Wow.
熱線が断線しかかってるのが2つと、電熱管はまだ持つな。電源コードの方は絶縁テープでなんとかなる。
Okay, so that's his power. Would be so sweet to have his power. Yeah, that way we could become an electrician ourselves. Maybe even an engineer. Yeah, imagine the things you can do with such a power. How many cars you can fix. How many broken TVs you can fix. Who needs magical blasts when I can fix my blender? Exactly. Okay, the electrical pipes should last a bit longer. The power cord should be fine with just insulation tape. Good. I should be able to fix it with just the tools I brought along. If the electrical pipes were broken, it wouldn't be fixable by an amateur. Had that been the case, a certain strengthening would have to be done, which no amateur could manage, but I should be able to fix this one by sight. This is the magecraft Kirichugu taught me.
よし、始めるか。
I took off the cover to begin my repairs. I already know where it's broken, so the rest of the work is easy.
これだけは得意なんだけどな、俺。
That's right. I, Shiru Emiya, have absolutely no talent in magecraft. But for some reason I have a knack for visualizing the structure of things or blueprints like I did just now. My old man once saw me imagine and recreate a blueprint. He looked surprised, then muttered, "What a useless talent." Whoa, bro, whoa. A few words for the talent of fixing stuff, okay? You can imagine how much money you're not gonna waste by simply fixing things yourself. My special talent appears to be pointless. According to my old man, the fact that I can visualize object structures isn't really helpful. I mean, if you can visualize object structures, can you not visualize organisms too? The structure of organisms, perhaps? A mage normally wouldn't need to survey an object's entire structure like I do. What a useless talent, Amiya. Okay. He claims the mage's struggle is to instantly seek out an object's center, or its core, and transform it as quickly as possible. That's why reading blueprints is a waste of time, and even that only helps seek out areas for magical energy to pass through. And so, fixing broken stuff is one of the only things I'm good at. After all, I don't have to open the entire thing up to find the problem. If I can find the problem quickly, I can fix most things as long as I have the know-how to repair it. Though I only do that with things an amateur could reasonably be expected to fix.
よし、終わり。次に行くか。
I put away the conductors, picking up the screwdriver and wrench and head out the hallway.
いっせ、修理終わったぞ。
Bet Dad didn't complain when the AC was out. Well, true that. True that. Oh hey, a female student standing next to Issa in the hallway. Oh, here we go. We're starting to put things together now, with from the prologue. Finally, we get to meet Rin for the first time. There she is. I did not expect her to wear a coat. Okay then. So this is how we looked in the prologue. I'm a little surprised. The girl talking to Ise is Rin Toshaka, a second year from Class A. How the motherfucking hell do they always know who it is and the class they are? I couldn't remember the names of the teachers sometimes, let alone the students. Yes, this student who I just so happen to know that they are on this club and they live on that street and they are on this year, on this class, they have this blood type. And I think we're distant relatives because her second cousin's mother is my grandma or whatever the fuck. This reminds me of the meme, Dad, I don't want a cat. Family gets a cat, Dad and cat. Who's my little helper cute boy? Yeah. Well, if she's a rich girl, I mean, even the rich kids I never bothered personally, so... Oh man. She lives in a giant Western-style mansion up on a big hill, and she's an extraordinary honor student. She's pretty smart, athletic, no flaws at all. She's intelligent and polite, and she never brags about her looks. She's truly the ideal girl to guys, apparently. Apparently. Which is why the male students treat her like an idol. Well, no surprise. But Toshaka is just too good, and she's become unattainable. The guys all say the only people who can talk to Toshaka are Ise and the teachers, which is actually ultra surprising that she actually, right before this interaction right here, she made a bet with that other friend of hers to get a boyfriend in order to make a point. And I'm like, yes, girl who's unapproachable tries to find love, but just because she's unapproachable, she never does. Well, okay, I'm also a guy. And I'm including myself in the list of her admirers. Shiru, I thought you weren't a simp, man. I thought you were not a simp. Goddamn, bro. Hello, Manta Force. Welcome to stream. How have you been? Toshaka is looking at us, annoyed. I guess rumors are true that Issa and Toshaka don't get along.
悪い。頼んだのはこっちなのに、エミヤに任せっきりにしてしまった。許せ。
Well, Shiru is honest. I guess I can I can, appreciate that. It's just like me for real, simping for Rain. Man. He's just pretty gutsy, talking to me and completely ignoring Toshaka like that. Okay.
そんなこと気にするな。で、次はどこだよ。あんまり時間ないぞ。
ああ、次は視聴覚室だ。前から調子が悪かったそうなんだが、この度ついに天寿を全うされた。
天寿全うしてたら直せないだろ。 買い直した方が早いぞ。
そうなんだが、一応見てくれると助かる。俺から見れば臨終だが、お前から見れば仮病かもしれん。
Just been playing dead to you, what?
そうか。なら試そう。
There's only about 30 minutes until homeroom starts. I'll need to hurry and fix it or I'll run out of time. Wait, you're not gonna turn and tell her the line you tell her in the prologue? Wait a minute. I head to the audiovisual room, but I realize completely... there we go. But I realize completely ignoring Toshaka would be rude. I turn to face her since he's been standing there the whole time. She's been standing there the whole time.
朝早いんだな、トサカ。
What a way to strike a conversation. My boy is fucking Casanova. That face like, what? I blurt out the first thing that comes to mind and then follow Isha. W Reese. Yeah, the guy really did.
すまんなエミヤ。また苦労をかけた。頼み事をした上に遅刻させては友人失格だ。
The guy really just ignored the girl, and as he was leaving, only then, for a moment, he acknowledged her presence. Maybe that is truly W Reese. Ignore women, but give them a little bit of a treat sometimes, just to plant that seed in, you know. I clicked out the window again.
別に気にするな。俺が遅刻する分には大したことじゃないだろ。ま、一星が遅刻するのは問題だけど。
もっともだ。いや、間に合ってよかった。
You could have picked better phrasing there. Oh shit. I don't know why I didn't really thought about it properly. But now thinking back on it as you say it, yeah, I could have picked a better phrasing. He exhales a sign of relief and heads to his desk. It's exactly 8 o'clock. 5 minutes after the bell for homeroom rings, Fujine will enter the classroom. My breathing is labored, since I ran from the audiovisual room. I take a deep breath before I take my seat.
朝から騒がしいね、エミヤ。部活を辞めてから何をしてるかと思えば、竜道の太鼓持ち？僕には関係ないけどさ、うちの評判を落とすようなことはしないでよね。君、なんていうか、節操ないからさ。
This guy, I know this guy. This is the guy who's trying to be. This guy is trying to be a Rizzler. Like, he's trying to Rizz so hard, which comes off as having zero Rizz whatsoever. Standing in front of my desk is Shinji Mato. He's been a friend of mine. Not really, since middle school. His last name is Mato. And he's Sakura's older brother. Oh, no! That's her brother! Oh, poor Sakura. You don't deserve such a douchebag for a brother. Oh. I genuinely feel sad for my girl Sakura. God damn it. He's 1 year older than her.
Yo. 弓道部は落ち着いてるか、シンジ。
当然だろ。部外者に話してもしょうがないけど、目立ちたがり屋が一人減ったんで平和になったんだ。次の大会だっていいところまで行くさ。
Well, good for you.
そうか。三つ釣りも頑張ってるんだな。
はあ？何見当違いなこと言ってんの？弓道部が記録を伸ばしてるのは僕がいるからに決まってるじゃんか。エミはさ、とっくに部外者なんだから。
Man, the passive aggressiveness of Shiro, just, you know, not acknowledging that he is actually any good with this. Ah, yes, it was Mitsuzuri, the one who was, breaking her back for you now, carrying you now, isn't it?
そうか、気をつけよう。もっとも弓道部に用はないから関わることはないけどな。
I put my bag on my desk and pulled the chair back.
何それ？僕の弓道部には興味がないってこと？
興味じゃなくて用だよ。部外者なんだからおいそれと道場に行くのは変だろう。
Oh, that's why he was avoiding the dojo. And yet Sakura wanted to invite him.
けど、なんかあったら言ってくれ。手伝えることがあったら手伝う。弦張りとか弓の直し、シンジは苦手だったろ？
He wasn't good at fixing and stringing bows. Okay then.
そう。サンキュー。
Thank
何か
you.
雑用があったら声をかけるよ。ま、そんなことはないだろうけどさ。
ああ、それがいい。雑用を残しているようなやつは首相失格だからな。あんまり藤村先生を困らせるなよ。あの人、怒ると本気で怖いぞ。
This whole segment is painful. Don't tell me why. Just leave it at that.
余計なお世話だ。ともかくお前はもう部外者なんだから、道場に近づくなよ。
What the fuck is up with this bullying? Okay, he's not part of the club anymore. Okay. Chill. Bro, chill. He committed blasphemy. He abandoned the club. He embarrassed his teammates. He let them down. He should commit seppuku for it. Any moment with Shinji is painful. I know. I know. And that is the brother of poor Sakura. God damn it, Sakura, no. That kind girl doesn't deserve an asshole for a brother. Jesus. And just like that, Shinji heads off to his seat. All self-important blaster as ever. He does seem more moodier than usual. I mean, yeah, he got a big L with Rin just like 15 minutes ago.
ふざけたやつだ。自分からエミヤを追い出しておいて、よくもあんな口が聞ける。
He kicked him out. Okay.
なんだ伊勢、いたのか。
なんだとはなんだ。気を利かして聞き耳を立てていた友人に向かって、なんと冷淡な男だお前は。
なんで気を利かすのさ。俺一斉に心配されるようなことをしてないぞ。
たわけ、心配もするわ。エミヤはカッとなりやすいからな。真珠に殴りかかれば皆は喝采を送るが、女どもからは非難の嵐だ。友人をそんな微妙な立場に置くのはよろしくない。
It would have gotten you some applause, but it probably wouldn't make the girls happy. I mean, if you are the popular one with the girls too, you could, my friend, the best thing you can do is, calm them down yourself. If it does come down to that. He says a pal. He is.
そっか。言われてみればそうだ。ありがとう、伊勢。そんなことにはならないだろうけど、今の心配はありがたい。
わかればよろしい。だが意外だったぞ。エミヤは怒りやすいくせにマトウには寛大なんだな。
ああ、あれはシンジの味だからな。付き合いが長いと慣れてくる。
Also, I'm banging his sister. I mean, if you think about it, okay. Sorry for putting attention to that, but if you think about it, why would you get mad as long as you know that, you got the guy by the balls in this situation? Oh man, oh no, it's the midnight unhingedness that is starting to hit now, to kick in.
そんなものか。
Imagine, I mean, I mean, think about it. The guy comes talking shit to you, but because you know, with his sister, why would you feel bad? You know already that you have won. Sorry, Luz, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. But I couldn't help it.
そんなものです。ほら、納得したら席に戻れよ。そろそろ藤村先生がすっ飛んでくるぞ。
You are not. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. It is the midnight unhingedness that's kicking in, as I said.
あの方は飛んでくるというより浮いてくるという感じだかな。
Is she actually gonna dash into the, like, with head first, like a bull? The bell to start homeroom rings. Normally, the homeroom teacher comes into the classroom 5 minutes before homeroom starts, but our teacher isn't what you'd call typical. Homeroom for class 2C typically starts 1 minute after the starting bell. In other words... Goddamn. Midnight's not even here. It's a good thing. We need 4 minutes till midnight, yo. Oh, wait a minute. You were talking about the mid. Sorry, I have a midnight a person and a midnight, you know, the actual midnight now. So I'm a little bit all over the place. I want to hear that line again, though. The performance is amazing with the teacher. I met Midnight the chatter. So you did meant her. Okay. Excellent. So I did got it right. It was Akira who confused me. But then again, he could be trolling. Homeroom starts with the sounds of Fujine's shouts and hurried footsteps. Mina Ohio and dies of having a stroke. Yeah. God damn it. Fujina tumbles and hears some kind of unnatural sound. Okay then. Our homeroom teacher passed away. Does that mean I get to have a day off? And I would actually pick up my bag and actually walk out the fucking classroom at that point. It's the best character in the game, I know. You said midnight unhingedness. I thought because of the time, you'd become more unhinged or something due to tiredness. Yes, I said that, but Wandering Shadow said that Midnight's not even here, and he probably meant Midnight the person. But then I came to realize that he could probably mean midnight, because it's not exactly midnight. It's gonna be midnight in 2 minutes. Contrary to the hectic sounds of a few seconds earlier, the classroom is now dead silent. The mood shifts sharply. It's no wonder Fujine is called a human roller coaster. But honestly, the way she felt didn't seem like a laughing matter. Fujine hit her head against the podium and she's still lying on the floor. Wait a minute. Whoa. I thought she was the comedic relief. I didn't realize she was actually gonna fucking kill herself. Seeing her lying there, face down and moving, has everyone imagining the worst. Yeah, I was attempting a joke. It was a good joke because you actually got me. She died? I think so, yeah.
やだよ。近づいた途端パクって食べられたら怖いもん。
ミミックじゃあるまいし、さすがに藤村でもそこまでやらねえだろ。
あんたね、そう言うなら自分で起こしてあげなさいよ。
俺パス、こういうの苦手。
私だって苦手よ。大体なんで女の子にやらせるわけ？男子やりなさいよね、男子。
The students in the front row start to get rowdy. Those of us sitting in the middle rows can't see what's going on. So we all stand up to get a look.
ちょっと先生動いてないぞ。気絶してんじゃないのか?
Someone brings up the obvious. But the problem is, how would we get Fujine to the infirmary? Well, they can skip class. Oh, hell yeah. We're all like comrades in arms after our time dealing with Fujine. Probably nobody's thrilled by the idea of taking a teacher to the infirmary.
藤村先生、大丈夫ですか？
A brave girl approaches. Fujine isn't moving. The class grows more concerned.
まずいって今の転び方。こう頭から直角に教団に突っ込んだじゃないか。あれで無傷だったら藤村無敵っぽいって。
She could literally be dying right now. She actually has like internal bleeding in the brain. And these guys are actually just, you know, trying to play, you know, trying to flip a coin who's actually gonna check on her.
いっそのこと野球部にスカウトするのはどうだろ
う。What?
やめろよな、そういう脅しは。タイガーが顧問になった日には俺たち甲子園行っちまうぞ。
Rest in peace. You will be missed, Fujine. Oh yeah. Forever remembered.
藤村先生、藤村先生。ダメ。なんか反応ないよ。
Okay, so she is dead.
おい、お前目の前なんだから起こしてやれよ。
やだよ俺。もし死んでたら殺されかねねえ。
でも、だからってほっといたら後が怖いと思うし。
でも誰も近づきたくないと。仕方ねえな。こうなったらあれしかないか。
うん。あれだね。
What? What? Everyone's on the same page. Except Shinji and I. We keep quiet because the two of us dared not be a part of what was about to happen.
せーの。
Tiger is her nickname. But Tiger is such a nice nickname. Why do you... Oh man, she's gonna spring up. It comes out a whisper, even with so many students speaking in unison. The word tiger is especially inaudible. And yet, which Fujine's previously motionless body reacts.
動いた。効き目ありだぞみんな。
Why is Tiger a bad nickname? Tiger is a badass nickname if you ask me. At the very least, it's decent enough. I mean, I have heard some really horrible nicknames. Let me tell you something. It's best, you know, if I had a nickname as Tiger, I would be so happy. Even if it was not meant to be a good thing. It's the punishment of the tiger. Oh no. Everyone must be on edge since midterm tests are approaching. It's a terrible idea on their part, but some students start to wave their arms and chant Fujine's nickname. So this is how you wake her up.
起きないとタイガーです。
負けるなタイガー。立ち上がれタイガー。
よーし、起きろ先生。それでこそタイガーだぜ。
タイガー、タイガー、タイガー、タイガー、タイガー、タイガー。
This is so random. I mean it is, yes, but I cannot say I'm not entertained. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it's an amazing nickname. Okay. Like a sudden bolt of lightning striking. Fujine stands violently as if the fall hardly scratched her. Man, I wanna pull her as my servant. They're all dead. Well, at the very... Well, they were asking for it. They should have just let her be passed out over there and they could just, you know, fucking, you know, slack off. But they didn't. That's their fault. As I said, I want to pull her as a servant. Can you imagine how powerful... She can shift from a... What kind of a... Wait a minute. What kind of a class would she be? Let's assume that she would be a saber. The very moment you call her Tiger, she shifts to Berserker. Let's fucking go. She's the goofiest character in Babylon. Yep. Said hello, welcome to stream. Yeah, damn.
てるの？ダメよ、ホームルーム中に席を立っちゃ。ほらほら、始めるから座りなさい。
She's 25, by the way. Fujine, back to her normal self, stands at the podium. It appears she recalled nothing between the time she jumped into the classroom and the time she woke up.
タイガー覚えてないみたいだぞ。
That's a blessing in disguise. Do not break it now.
ラッキー。朝からついてるな俺たち。いや、ついてるっていうのかな、こういうの。
The students shuffle back to their desks.
今誰か先生のことバカにしなかった？
No, no, no.
え、してないっすよ。気のせいじゃないっすか？
そっか、ならよし。じゃあ今朝のホームルームを始めるから、みんなおとなしく聞くように。
Fujine casually starts homeroom. She always goes on digressions between announcements, and so it goes slowly.
そういうわけだから、みんなも下校時刻を守るように。門限は6時だから、部活の子たちも長居しちゃダメよ。
6時って言ったらすぐじゃんか。タイガ先生、それって運動系は免除されないの？
What the fuck did he just say?
されません。それと後藤くん、先生のことは藤村先生って言わなくちゃダメなんだから、次に名前で呼んだら怒るからね。
Whoa, 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 whoa. Taiga is her first name. So Tiger. Oh, come on. I thought the guy actually slipped and just said Tiger out of nowhere. I get it now.
はーい、以後注意します。
Kono sits back down. He doesn't seem particularly remorseful. Too easy. When Fujine says she gets mad, she gets mad. Doesn't matter if it's with a teacher or a student. And that is as close to a serious warning as she is ever going to give. But Goto doesn't realize it.
それじゃあ今日のホームルームはここまで。みんな3次元目の英語で会おうね。
Fujine waves and leaves. So that was Taiga Fujimura, the teacher of rooms 2-6. Her nickname? Tiger. That might seem like a joke, but it isn't. And she's my future servant. She got the nickname because it sounds like her name, Tiger. Yeah, no shit. But Fujine hates it. I mean, it's awesome though. Do you know? Okay, look. I cannot explain properly why that is, because I would probably dox myself by accident if I did so. But my name actually sounds like a food. So they gave me the nickname of the fucking food. That's why I'm telling you it can get worse. I actually had, oh my god, you cannot believe this. Okay, this is like forbidden knowledge right here, but might as well share it. I had a good friend back in elementary school. It's been so long. I haven't seen him in so many years. I had a friend who his last name in Greek basically, but still in English can't be translated as Gypsy. I shit you not. I had a good friend, very good guy, autistic. I always end up becoming friends with autistic people, surprisingly enough. And his last name was actually Gypsy. I cannot even express how much picked on that poor kid, you know, had to, take, like, fuck me. Giftos? Yes, exactly. That was actually his name. Yes. And shit. Shit, because he was autistic on top of that, so you know that people actually had him as an easy target. Which was kind of sad. That's why I liked the fact that I was the exception to that and I was actually a good friend of his. How the fuck can Giftos be last name? Well, I had another friend back in, I haven't said any of these. I had another friend who was like, I met him about a year ago when I went to the army. He was actually one of my comrades. His last name basically translated to good balls. Yes, I shit you not. His last name was Good Balls. Exactly as you're hearing it. So let me tell you, a nickname like Tiger, pretty rad compared to our, compared to our fucking, nicknames. Anyway, according to her, it doesn't sound feminine. No, that's a lie, actually. We all could use some good balls. Kalobales. Close enough, not exactly Kalobales. I will tell you, in a private message his name if you want to know. If it was me, I would have off myself before having that as a last name. Damn, who's making those names? Well, let me tell you something. The Greeks have a bizarre way of being direct with their names. Oftentimes too direct. We have a hero. He's the hero of the Greek Revolution. He was a general. His name was Theodore Kolokotronis. Akira knows about this because obviously it's Greek history. Kolokotronis, do you know what translates to? Ass boulder. That was his last name. Ass boulder. So, yeah. Okay. What can you do? It happens, okay? He has ass like a boulder. I don't know who came up with this shit. Sounds like goals to me. Never skipped leg day, yes. This is getting worse by the second. Yeah. As I'm telling you, if you do have a nickname and it doesn't sound as Pebble, no, because Cotrona, get it? Akira, Cotrona. So Cotrona does translate to, because Cotrona doesn't mean rock. Yes, that's why I said boulder, not rock. Rock is Vrachos. Yes, I know that. That's why I said boulder. Get it? Cotrona. Cotrona is still a big rock, basically. Anyway, but she got the nickname because of how she acts, so she kind of had it coming.
授業を始める日直礼を
That guy is very scary. As Fujina exits the room, the first period teacher enters. My bad, I misheard. Yeah, don't worry. Because Fujina takes up almost all the homeroom time, mornings are always like this for our class. Interesting classes. Interesting. And so, another day of classes ends. There are many types of students. Some immerse themselves in club activities, some hurry home, and some hang out in the classroom after class for no particular reason. I don't really fit in any of those categories.
すまない。ちょっといいか、エミヤ。今朝の続きなんだが、今日は時間あるか。
いや、予定はあるといえばあるけど。
That is actually the polite way in actual Japanese to say no. Because in Japanese, I've been told since I was studying Japanese, you cannot really just say directly no. So you have to say it in a very polite way. Like letting down someone slowly. Like, well, it's not like I don't have any plans. Or, unfortunately today is kind of difficult. Like, you really have to give them an answer that basically is a negative, but not a direct negative. Because if you do that, that's considered kind of insulting. It's not as if I don't do anything at all. The biggest reason I quit the Kyoto club in the first place was that I wanted to prioritize my part-time job. It's been 5 years since I started part-time jobs to earn money for living expenses on my own after my old man died. And when you do so many different jobs, there are some requests you just can't say no to. Today is one of them. I was asked to help restock some product for a bar, since they wanted as many strong helping hands as they could get. The Japanese are very polite. They are. Actually, the structure of their language basically is focused on always, ascending the person you speak to. Basically, you're always paying respect to someone who you speak directly to, like who like it's not the speaker who's always trying. It's not the one who speaks that's actually like here in the West, that most languages trying to, how most people trying to sound cocky most of the time, or they're trying to they always sound like so stuck up sometimes. In Japanese, the actual correct cultural way to speak is just to always be respectful towards someone and always ascend them, always bring them higher, Though I'm sure I don't have to go to help. The bar's likely asking everyone as an excuse to gather some folks and hang out afterwards. There are two options. I should. I guess I can help my friend. I have to go. Bye. See you, Akira. Thank you so much for dropping by. See you next time, my friend. A choice. I know. The part-time job really doesn't sound very promising with that last, tidbit he added, and I really want to help my friend. So, fuck it, okay? We might not have money to buy food, but at the very least, we got our bros back. That's what bros do. It's okay to go hungry for a day, I suppose. I'll have the student council. The stuff from this morning is unfinished, so I should at least finish what I started.
予定変更。朝の続きだろ。任せろ。試験が始まる前に備品の修理なんて済ませちまおうぜ。
I'm very curious to see how choices affect things. I only experienced fate through the animes. We'll see.
助かる。それでは美術部の患者を見に行くとするか。
Patient in the art club. You have a patient in the art club?
と、人払いはちゃんとしてくれよ。人目があると集中できない。
無論だ。他の連中に邪魔はさせぬ。
Well, some choices lead to brutal deaths. What? Keeping up with Isha's brisk pace, I follow him out of the classroom. Okay, Zed, you technically didn't have to tell me that, but now that you told me, I guess I have to thank you. I'll keep myself, I'll consider carefully, okay? The sun has long since set by the time we step outside the building. The school gate is already closed. It's 7 o'clock, way past the time they close the gates, but thanks to Isha's help, the two of us avoided trouble.
いや、今日は助かった。必ずこの礼はするから。何かあったら遠慮なく言ってくれ。
You see, now we have the appreciation of our good friend. Meaning that, we got our bros back and our bro has our back. Yeah.
そうだな。なんかあったら言うよ。まあ、とりわけ何もないとは思うけど。
You never know. We might need his help in the future. I didn't help him because I wanted something in return, and I don't think I would ask Isha for anything impossible.
まったく、人が良いのも考えものだな。エミヤがいてくれると助かるが、他の連中にいいように使われるのは我慢ならん。人助けはいいことだが、もう少し相手を選ぶべきではないか。エミ。
Sorry, I didn't let him finish.
これでは心ないバカどもがいいように利用しようというものだ。エミヤも忙しい身なのだから、たまには他人の頼みなど断ってもよかろう。
That means heartless idiots are going to use you as they wish. You're a busy man, so it wouldn't hurt for you to decline requests from time to time. Okay. Issa will solo the Holy Grail War. Trust. I believe. You can try saving and see the bad ending choices. I will try to remember that. Actually, I haven't saved this entire time. I honestly can't tell, but I think Issa is concerned for me. Ever since middle school, I've always been told how helpful I am since I never decline requests or ask anything in return. I guess Issa thinks that's unhealthy. But I'm only doing this because I want to, and I decline any requests I feel are impossible, so there is no issue.
それは一星がするような心配じゃない。自分のことは自分が一番分かってるさ。それに人助けは善行だろ。寺の息子が咎めるようなことじゃあるまい。
No sort of okay.
しかしな、エミヤのは度が過ぎるというか、このまま行くと潰れるというか。
Yeah, visual novel tradition is to save at every choice. I remember that, but I sometimes forget that. I forget that there is actually, you know, the saving option. I don't know why. I often save when I am reminded to, but visual novels do not remind you to save, unlike other games. So yeah, there's that. You know, some fans asked for Issa and Shinji route. Actually, it would have been a really good route. Issa sounds like a very trustworthy guy.
忠告は受け取っとく。それじゃあまた明日学校でな。
うん。それではまた明日。
Issa leaves, looking dissatisfied. Issa lives in Ryodo Temple, located on top of a mountain, which means he and I have to go our separate ways. I walk through the still darkened town. It's about 7:30. There should be people out and about at this hour. There are no signs of anyone around.
そういえば確か。
There was a crime committed in Miyama the other day. A burglar murdered someone, I think. It must be why there's no one around and why the school curfew has been set to 6 o'clock. In all honesty, it wouldn't really make sense for that to happen, because if there is a crime happening, it's always like it actually is kind of the opposite here in Greece. If there is a crime happening, people do walk around more in said area in case, you know, for the sake of, you know, guarding the area. It's like a reverse psychology, you know. Instead of running away from danger, you are there in order for danger to run away from you. Not the best course of action, but it really depends on the culture, and the Greeks for the most part are, you know, are courageous people, so that's how it usually goes. Unless it is like a very, very dark alleyway kind of place, you know. But since he says clearly that, you know, this place was bustling with life and there were people out and about at this hour, yeah, that means that this place would have been crowded if it was Greece.
ガス漏れに強盗か。物騒なことになってきたな。
No wonder people are avoiding walking around at night. Here people go for the ghost ship if something is happening. I cannot really say that we fall far from that. I guess they go for the ghost ship as well. It's probably not safe to let Sakura go home on her own anymore. Then why did you fucking do it? Fujine might be fine, but Sakura's house is in the residential area on the other side of town. Guess I should walk her home starting to now. I can't quite believe what I'm seeing. I must be wrong. I sense a presence on the uphill path I was sure was empty. Whoever it is, they're standing still and look to be peering down at me. It's her! You know, the girl who has has Hercules as a servant. Fuck! I unconsciously hold my breath. A girl with silvery hair smiles and walks down the path without making a sound. Almost as if she is a ghost. And as she passes by...
早く呼び出さないと死んじゃうよ、お兄ちゃん。
What? And why Onichan? What? Do I fucking know you? Who the fuck are you? I would have been so weirded out if some random girl on the dark street just called me Big Brother. I'm like, Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck away from me. Get your fucking meds or something, little girl. Where's your mother? Where's your father? On Yusharka. Yeah, the most terrifying sight. Exactly. Aniki. Is her name Aniki? Aniki? What she says makes no sense. Get your meds. I mean, yeah. Confusing me for your brother? What the fuck? I climb up the hill and reach my house. The lights are already on, which means Sakura and Fujine are home. Are you sure about that? What if it's a burglar who, you know, decided to open the lights in order to see a little bit clearly? The moment I step into the living room, I smell the delicious aroma of dinner. Sakura and Fujine are both eating at the table. Tonight's meal is chicken stewed in cream sauce, and it's put Fujine in an especially good mood. I mean, if it's chicken and cream sauce, goddamn.
お帰りなさい先輩。お先に失礼していますね。
There will come the day she will be Okairi Nasai Anata or something like that. Well, pretty sure Oni-san can be used generally. Oni-san, are you sure? I don't think it's used generally. I mean, generically. I mean, it's meant to describe someone who's close to you. Even in Japanese, that sounds kind of off. Marry her immediately. You know, any day. Compared to Rin, I'm sorry, but I don't like Tsunderes. I know some people are maybe disappointed. But Sakura is the go-to over here. Sakura is the keeper, in my opinion.
ただいま。遅くなってごめんな。もうちょっと早く帰ってくればよかったんだけど。
いいです。ちゃんと間に合いましたから。ちょっと待っててくださいね。すぐ用意しますから。
Imagine having a friend. Let's not even say that she's a girlfriend. Let's just say that it's actually a friend who just so happens to also be female. And she actually cooks for you for time to time. Fuck me. With so much work going on with my family, I don't even get to eat my mother's food anymore. Because my mother is always so busy. It's so... like, you don't realize how amazing it is to have someone actually cook you home food. Until you start living, you know, without anyone actually doing this for you. And you're like... fuck. When my mother was cooking, I wasn't really appreciating it. And now I come to realize that I do owe an apology and a huge thank you to my mother. Yeah, you like white bread, I say. I mean... I do like white bread. No, for real.
頼む。手を洗ってくるから、人のおかずを食べないように藤根を見張っといてくれ。
はい、きちんと見張っています。
I'm glad my uncle works in a restaurant. There's always food. Luz, you're so lucky. My father's food is also amazing because my father used to own a restaurant a long time ago. And he knows how to cook as well, and he's actually a very fucking good cook. But he's not really into cooking. Like, after so many years, I get the feeling that he, you know, doesn't really feel like doing it anymore. So he rarely actually, you know, cooks anything too, you know, too complicated for us, I suppose. I need to start learning how to cook myself at some point. I hate tsunderes too. Yeah, Luz, yeah. I go to my room. It's a sparse room compared to the storehouse, but it's still decorated enough, considering I don't have any particular hobbies. Decorated is just a pillow and a desk. Though most of them are random things Fujine just left here. Okay. After I wash my hands and change, I head back to my food on the table.
いただきます。
Try the Japanese curry. I would, if I would be able to make it. Thank you for the meal.
はい、
Yeah.
お口に合えばいいんですけど。
Sakura is humble as ever. That's how I like him. Sakura's cooking skills have vastly improved over the past year. My cooking is no match for her Western good foods. My Japanese dishes might be a little better. Neither of us is any good at making Chinese dishes. Just you wait until you try Greek dishes. Good luck making them, by the way. I'm glad to know she's improving, but it's also a little depressing when the pupil surpasses her master. I mean, not really, because you know you did actually a great job, and when someone really is that talented, that means it was destined for you to show them the way. You paved the path for them. You walked for them to run. There is no greater honor. Shiro's a fan of cooking. I think I have seen a couple of clips from the anime. I do get that he is a fan of cooking. But in the visual novel, it truly feels like he's falling off a little bit. There is even an entire anime cooking spin-off. Ah, I haven't seen that actually. It really is delicious. The longer you cook chicken, the tougher the meat gets. Which is why you need to take the extra step of grilling the chicken to a crisp to seal its juices and flavor. Yeah, actually, this is actually exactly the opposite way we do it in Greece. To seal the juices actually doesn't really, doesn't really make it as flavorful on the outside, and the Greeks really wanted to, savor the flavor as much as possible, so they actually allow the meat to be cooked in basically, in its own, fat sometimes, in order to actually make it as tasty as possible. I don't really know how to explain it properly. I'm no cook, but I know that I know some things I've been told by my father. Shiro is basically a wife material if he's gender bent. I mean, if you think about the fact that the servant he will summon is Saber, and Saber is gender bent already, technically gender bent. Historically speaking, on the anime, on the Fate franchise, there is a good reason why, which I only found out like a few weeks ago. I didn't know why Saber was also King Arthur, but it just so happens that it's a woman. Now it actually, makes sense that I found out. Well, it makes sense why Shiro is actually gender bent too, I'm just saying. This requires exceptional skill, and it's something the clumsy Fujine would never be able to manage.
どうでしょうか、先輩。今日のはうまくいったと思うんですけど。
文句なし。ホワイトソースも絶妙だ。もう洋物じゃさくらにはかなわないな。
さくらちゃんがご飯作ってくれるようになってからお肉関係が美味しくなった。
And here comes the hyper energetic goofball, who somehow 25 and still not married, who's been Fujine, who's been concentrating on her meal until now. Pipes up.
あ、ダメよシロ。学生がこんな洋服に帰ってきちゃいけないんだから。
She looked to be in good spirits thanks to Sakura's meal, but the moment she sees my face, her mood turns sour.
もうまた誰かの手伝いをしてたんでしょう。それはそれでいいことだけど、こんな時ぐらいは早く帰ってきなさい。最近物騒だぞってホームルームで言ったじゃない。
Only the Fate lore, by the way. Yep.
あれ、シロに倒して言ったんだからね。
さ、わざわざホームルームで言わなくてもうちで言えばいいんじゃないの？
ここで言っても聞かないもの。学校でガツンと言った方がシロには効果的なんだもん。
先生、それは職権乱用というか公私混同だと思います。
Ah, yes, Sakura is so considerate.
それ れぐらいしないとシロはダメなのよ。いつも人の手伝いばっかりして損してるからさ。たまにはまっすぐ帰ってきてのんびりしててもいいじゃない、バカチン。
バカチンとはなんだよ、バカチンとは。いいじゃないか、誰かの手伝いをしてそれでその人が助かるんなら損なんかしてないぞ。
Yeah, Shiro is like me for real, for real. At least on this part.
はあ、キリツグさんに似たのかな。シロがそんなんじゃお姉ちゃん心配だよ。
Seeing Fujine eating so heartily makes me wonder what exactly she's worried about.
内村先生、今の話からすると先輩って昔からそうなんですか？
Drop the coin again.
うん、昔からそうなの。なんか困ってる人がいたら自分から手を出しちゃうタイプ。けどおせっかいってわけじゃなくて、シロはね、単におませさんなのだ。
Fujine grins menacingly.
藤ね、余計なこと言ったら怒るぞ。もうさくらもつまんないこと聞くなよな。
I glare at the two. Fujine clicks her tongue in disapproval,
内村
but...
先生、お話を続けてください。
Whoa! Feisty. Maybe humble and gentle, but feisty. God damn, Sakura. I like you more by the minute. She also has a fucking cap, which is a tiger. Are you fucking with me right now? Sakura presses on like an attentive student.
じゃあ
Wow.
話しちゃおう。これがね、シロは困った人を放っておけない性格なのよ。弱きを助け強きをくじくってやつ。子供の頃の作文なんてね、僕の夢は正義の味方になることですだったんだから。
Oh yeah, and he will become, I suppose, because that's his destiny. Quit bringing up the past, Fujine. I can't really jump in though, because it's true. Besides, becoming a hero of justice is still my goal.
わあ、すごい子供だったんですね、先輩。
Hero of justice? Billy? Yep. He wanted to become a Starlight Knight.
すごかったよ。年上の男の子にいじめられてる女の子がいたら助けに入ってくれたし、キリツグさんが武将だったから家事だって一生懸命こなしてたし。あの頃は可愛くて純真だったのに、それがどうしてこんなひねくれた子になっちゃったんだろうな。
そりゃ藤姉がいたからだろう。ダメな大人を見てると子供はいろいろ考えるんだよ。悔しかったらちゃんと自分で飯作ってみろ。
Ooh, right when it hurts. Ujine is shocked. I thought she would just lower her head and repent, but...
お姉ちゃんは悲しいよ。さくらちゃん、おかわり。
What? She holds out her rice bowl, asking for a third helping of dinner. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Unfortunately, I do not have any more time. I have been streaming for not a half hour, like let's say 2 hours, because I had a small break. But yeah. Unfortunately, as I said, I don't have time today. I really need to get going. I think tomorrow, just to break the pace a little bit, I really need to finish off the events in Xenozone Zero. Or perhaps I will go back to Honkai Star Rail for a day. I don't know. I'll think about it. Zed, Wandering Shadow, Luz, Akira, you were also here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay? Thank you so much for dropping by, saying hello. It truly matters. Manda Force, you were also here today. Thank you so much. And Belly Tom, you were also as well. Thank you guys so much. It truly means a lot. I really need... Wait a minute. I completely forget to save the game. And if I forget to save the game, we're damned. There we go. Overwrite. Because I do not like wasting saving slots. Fair, mate. I got a lot today. I got a lot to do today as well. Have a good day. Thank you so much, Zed, for being here. I'll hope to see you next time. I hope to see you, all of you, next time. I unfortunately tomorrow I'm not sure how my schedule will work because I have the night shift and I really need to be well rested for the night shift. But if I do feel like it, maybe I will make a 2-hour stream. But it's gonna be way earlier than today, like way earlier. Like today the stream started at 10 p.m. Tomorrow it's gonna start at 7 p.m. if I'm gonna stream. So keep that in mind. I'll let you know in the in the post on the community notes, okay? Anyway, thank you all so much. I'll see you all next time, okay? Bye bye. Later. See ya.